Do you ever wonder why the One Piece addict is always raving about
Roronoa Zoro.
Have you looked at him and thought, man, this guy's too far gone for women or even porn? The only thing that could work for him is buying a Zoro figure and shoving it up his ass or something. Well, there's a reason for that. Not for the ass part, but for talking about Zoro all the time part. Before we get into why you should know him, let's first go over who this guy is. Zoro, full name
Roronoa Zoro.
He's a skilled swordsman and one of the main protagonists in the series. Known for his loyalty, strength, and unwavering dedication to his captain, Zoro is a former bounty hunter who joined Luffy's crew and serves as their resident nap taker, and occasionally their second in command. He's recognized for his three-sword technique, using his immense strength in swordsmanship and hockey, and also having no sense of direction. Most characters that are like Zoro are usually the main character of the show and are part of the strong and independent role, but what makes Zoro unique is that even though he has moments or even entire arcs he shines in, he's mostly relegated to supporting the main character. One Piece for a long time followed the same pattern that a lot of shonen anime follow when it comes to fights. It's that all the supporting cast fight the henchmen one-on-one for multiple mini-fights while the main character rushes in to fight the main villain to end the arc. There are variations to this theme in any mainstream shonen anime battle, but that is usually how it goes. Even though he has had long stretches of the series where he is treated as any other side character, there were always moments when he gets real with others and is seen as the adult of the group. But at the same time, Oda brings it back with some comedy about how he has no sense of direction. In this video, I'm going to focus on 4 moments in which I think Zoro perfectly exemplifies the journey him and the group has gone through over the years. The first one is when he talks about becoming the greatest swordsman in history after losing to Mihawk. I don't think at this point there was much of an, oh, this is our group and we have to stick together feeling, but he believed in Luffy and thought he can become the greatest swordsman ever if he goes on this journey to the Grand Line with Luffy and the others. The second moment that sticks out to me is when he talks to Choppa in Alabasta. They both are alone and Luffy has kinda gone insane. Choppa asks him why he joined the group. By this point, the whole pirate group had gone through some adventures together and they were slowly transforming from 5 crazy individuals into one group. Zoro basically says everyone on the ship is there for their own reasons and has a personal goal, and this pirate group is just the best way for them to get there. But he also hints at the emergence of a common goal after sticking around with each other for so long. He doesn't say what it is, but we all assume it's making Luffy the Pirate King. I also think the dynamic between Choppa and Zoro is the most underrated one in the series. The third scene is quite memorable because it is one of the only times Sanji and Zoro agree with each other. It is at the end of the Enies Lobby arc and they find out Usopp wants to rejoin the group. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the only time Zoro talked about what should be done so strongly. Even when Robin joined the group, he didn't like it but didn't say anything because, I don't know, he wanted to take his 19th nap of the day or something. But he believed that in order for the group to work, the captain needs to be respected, however goofy he is. And he shows his seriousness by saying, if you're standing above me, then you better act like a captain when it is needed. And for a strong guy like Zoro to openly acknowledge someone as being above them is a sign of being serious. And like I said before, you know there's nothing to say when Sanji and Zoro agree on something. The last scene is the interaction between Mihawk and Zoro after the Marineford arc is over, and Zoro asks Mihawk to train him. Mihawk insults him by saying that he misjudged him to be a guy who wanted to be a best. Now he just wants to be subservient to another guy. To this, Zoro openly states that he still wants to be the greatest, but also wants to make Luffy the Pirate King. I think by this point, all the crewmates acknowledged the common goal he was hinting at in Alabasta was that they wanted to see Luffy become the Pirate King. They all still have their personal goals, but they also talk about Luffy becoming the Pirate King much more often because they're all striving for that goal as well. So why am I talking about Zoro now? Well, I kinda ran out of ideas and figured making a video about a character that I've known for 10 years will be pretty easy. I was wrong. There's also been a recent surge in popularity for Zoro, and I attribute this to 2 reasons. The recent Wano arc went deep into Zoro's strengths and weaknesses, and also revealed some history, but at the same time gave us a lot of questions about him. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but due to the recent information revealed, a lot of theories and discussion boards suddenly have Zoro as the main attraction and how his backstory might impact everybody else. We saw this a while back when Oda first talked about Germa 66 and Sanji's backstory during the Whole Cake Island arc. That too brought a lot of questions, theories, and discussions, but I think Zoro's backstory will be even more impactful in the long run. How do I know that? I do not. As you can probably tell, I'm a Zoro is better than a Sanji guy, and I'm just biased towards that happening. The second reason is actually more about the viewer than the story itself. Every shonen anime has a get real moment, as I call it. All of them are goofy, fun, and that's what makes them so watchable for middle school, high school, and immature college guys like me. But they also have a theme that talks about a serious topic. Take My Hero Academia for example. The theme clearly is to work hard and someday you will get what you deserve. Or Naruto talks about being true to yourself about what you want from relationships. Like Naruto, no matter what anybody says, runs to bring back Sasuke, right? Is it naive and childish looking back on it? Yes, but at the same time, it is aspirational. In my opinion, this is what makes older guys come back and watch clips on YouTube or do entire reruns because they want to be that guy who runs to his true passion without worrying about responsibilities, taxes, and shit like that. And I think One Piece's get real moment comes through Zoro. He defines being a strong dude who also cares for his friends. He redefined friendship with a more grown-up view in that not every friendship starts with a wishy-washy feeling of just wanna be friends, like teenagers, but most friendships start from paths crossing and both sides benefiting from each other, and maybe it might develop into something more. Watch this video if you want to find out why I think the One Piece anime should take a break.